I don't know where I'm heading, but I know I'm guided. I know it's right. And I know that I am now open and willing to connect, to transform not just myself, but humanity. Take that cat meow as a message if you wish. So I just made a video for my other channel, and it just got me feeling. I really just love talking and philosophizing and, connecting with people. And I think the idea of using social media or the internet to connect with a lot of people is, I think there's a sense of necessity in this time. I think a lot of us are not connecting in our actual reality. And yes, the connections we make online are really important, really impactful. But I find that I'm making these videos because I don't have that community. I don't have it on the internet either. And I'm just feeling, I think, it's the season. It's also a certain time of the month for me, and it's just got me a little bit in my feels, which, if you know me, I'm a Saggy moon, so my feelings are a little philosophical, and it has me in my philosophical feels. And those are making me think about how there's a huge societal issue or a humanity issue, which is loneliness, when we are all connected and meant to connect. And it hurts. There were a lot of videos about how people are like friendless and like that's a big thing, but like that is actually a big thing during this period of time, during this era. I don't have a friend group. I have some friends that maybe I see like once a month, but they're friends of like my partner, or friends of people that I know. They aren't really people that I'm philosophizing with, that I'm communicating with, that I am connecting to on the level that I think we very often crave. And since I'm philosophizing, it's making me think like maybe people also are spending too much time with their partners in some cases, and so they don't make the time for connections with other people. I find that I have struggled to even keep up connections with my family, and I don't have a friend group. I'm not saying this like, oh, woe's me. It's just really conceptually knowing that human beings are supposed to connect, that we need connection, that we need to be able to really interact on a deeper level with at least someone. And for a lot of us, this becomes our partner, and we think that our partner is going to be the one that we can, share everything with, and that's beautiful and wonderful. But this doesn't discount our need for connecting on a different level. It's good to have somebody who knows you inside and out, but it's also good to have somebody who knows you in a particular way, with a particular focus. And I think this next stage of my journey is me really diving deep and understanding that no matter how introverted or no matter how much of a focus you have on your own, creative things or responsibilities or tasks, taking the time to form connections with people and to form, even new connections with people, like whether it be your family or new platonic connections or new networking connections. I mean, this is where expansion and growth comes from. It doesn't come from continuing to be solitary. I'm in a certain stage where I am going into a solitary moment, but I know on a deeper level that this solitary moment, this darkness, this cave, is right before this deeper wisdom and knowing of the self to then be in communion with others. And I know that me sharing this and expressing this is one of the steps to not only process it for myself now in this present moment that I'm recording, but to then also share and connect with other people. And I think in this like consumerist kind of society where everything is very fast and about, you know, practicality and physicality and matter and aesthetics and what you can do, what you can build, what can be created, you know, what structures, and that's important. But on a deeper level, there's a connection that is needed to accomplish any of these in the truest sense, in like totality. To fulfill the highest potential of things in the physical, we have to have an energetic understanding, anchor, to really, you know, a tree grows only as far as its roots, you know, and this emotional, energetic connectivity between humans, making this network is kind of like the root system that is going to allow these potentials or, you know, physical, practical things to come into fruition. It's the network that is the connection of humans. I mean, we're all connected, and this is I only use the term Age of Aquarius to kind of understand this energetic era concept, which is all about humanity and the connectedness and evolution of humanity. And I think we have gone so far in this physical world that we've created a whole new dimensionality, which is the internet. We've created a whole new dimension for creation, for, you know, energetic and monetary currency. That we've started to discount some of the connections with people in our life and removed ourselves from them. So, just some thoughts, just a little philosophizing. It's making me think, you know, this is such a beautiful gift that I can now connect with you. But my goal is not just to get big on the internet and make a bunch of money from the internet. My goal is to be able to use this as a resource then to connect with more people, to actually feel connected and feel a sense of fulfillment from just living my truth and my purpose and helping. That then leads me to actually being so understanding of that and of myself and of my need for connection that I do manifest these important connections, that I do open myself up and network more and actually meet people and friends and people that have my best interest in heart, but also want to see me grow, want to see me rise to my potential, and I can help them with that as well. And that is such a goal for me. When I was growing up, I would be the person that said, I'm antisocial. I hate people. I am super introvert. I could just stay in my cave all day. But the truth is that is all just a cover for this deep need that we have, that we do not express, for friendship, for connection, for not just connection on a surface level, but for an understanding, for somebody to see us and say, oh yeah, I get that. And a lot of us don't get that because a lot of us have different perspectives. A lot of us are born to do things differently. A lot of us, especially if you connect with me, are light workers who are generational curse breakers who have a hard time connecting with even their family. And so there is this seed planet of self-doubt and doubt in humanity this planet from a very young age, and I see it so much on the internet, this painful misunderstanding of the human heart and human connection that is actually leading to separation, and it breaks my heart. Guess this is a different topic, but I'm philosophizing, and they're also my feelings, so it's just a lot all meshed together that I just thought maybe somebody related. And if all we need is just to relate on some level, to really feel like our feelings or our own inner wisdom has a purpose. The only way that my inner wisdom and my expression is going to have a purpose in my mind, in my heart, is if it reaches somebody who needs it. And that is why the internet is not the safest place for sensitive people, but it is exactly the place where I'm called to go. And I'm called to go about it authentically. And I trust my spirit guides, my spirit team, and you to make it happen. I'm not willing to put connections with other people, other humans, or to put falsity above truth. I don't want to put you guys down. I don't want to do marketing stunts at the expense of other people, other connections. I don't want to have, sponsorships from people that, or from companies that are not benefiting society. I won't do that. I'm here not just for connection, that's just a part of what this video is about, but I'm really here to transform this. I feel the density in myself because of my life and where I've come from and my deep need for friendship, my deep need for community. I feel that in myself, and I am willing to transmute these shadows into not just light, but into communication. I was saying this earlier. I was reading tarot for myself, and my guide said, you need to turn your sword into a wand, or like into a staff. They said a staff. There is a need for you to transform this communication and this sword into a staff, which is staff made me think of, wands, which is creative, my creative energy, expressing my creativity, but also a staff like the one the magician holds. Like, my manifestation ability is going to come through my creative expression, and not just my expression, but my actual speaking of my truth from my deepest, core. My deep energy needs to be expressed in order to really manifest heaven on earth, as it were, as above, so below, if we're really talking about that staff and the magician. I have all of the resources on the table in front of me. It's just the sharing of it and the connectivity that I think needs to be received. I think something that we need to work on as humans is receptivity. And I think it looks like inactivity and inaction, which is preventing the connection. But I actually think it is the opposite. I think it is the lack of the ability to receive that is really preventing us from taking in the seed of a connection. We have issues, especially introverts or people who, don't like leaving their house, or hermits or whatever. We have this issue where we cannot receive the energy of another. And if we are not able to receive and connect with a person because of these beliefs, or because it makes us feel resistance physically, then that is a sign and a message for us to figure out what that is in us. Figure out what that is in us. It is not a person or our lack of faith in humanity. It is our inability to receive from another. All right. I hope you understood where I was coming from. I was kind of just expressing myself because it felt right. Because as I said, I don't have a lot of people to talk to about these things. In this exact moment, I have no one that I can share this information with right now as it's coming through, as I'm feeling it, as I'm sensing it. So I recorded it. Maybe I will listen back to it. Probably before I post it, I will. But if any of you relate, if any of you understand, if any of you can feel what I'm trying to send you and receive that, instead of blocking it out and consuming what, you got a comedy video in the other tab, you got something we aren't even going to talk about tab over there, you got a project you started, but it's been just sitting open for like 3 months and you haven't looked at it over there. Receive something, because I don't think you're receiving from that. You're just flooding your brain so that you don't have to receive the totality of your feelings. And I need you to receive the totality of your feelings, to receive the power, to receive the divine connection, to receive support from people around you instead of doing it all on your own, to receive a compliment when somebody gives it to you and actually believe it instead of doubt that they could even be being honest, to receive wisdom or insight from the feelings that you're afraid to feel. Receive yourself, receive your inner child. We need to receive. We're entering a period of receptivity. And this can only happen if you're willing to let down your walls, let down your guard, and open your heart and take out your heart armor. Because yes, it might hurt sometimes, but we get to feel that. We get to live that. We are afraid of change, and the fear of change comes from the fear of death. And the fear of death comes from not understanding what is next. And let me tell you something, that fear is with you right now. It's not just gonna wait till your heart stops beating. This is when you get over that fear. It's not at the end. It's not when you experience it through witnessing it with another. It's now. It's a choice. I don't know where I'm heading, but I know I'm guided. I know it's right. And I know that I am now open and willing to connect, to transform not just myself, but humanity as we evolve. This is why I'm here. I am here to break the curses that came before me, to hopefully show others how they can do the same, and really, really awaken all of us, our inner children. They just want to play a little bit while they're here, okay? They just want to play a little bit while they're here. I'm here so that you can let your inner child play. You are so loved.